Hello everybody and welcome to Quillstreak's E3 coverage. I'm the editor-in-chief Jordan and I'll be your incredibly tired host today as I stayed up till 4 AM UK time last night watching the Bethesda conference. Last night we got our best look at Fallout 76, the new game from Bethesda that is planning to mix online elements with Fallout's old RPG style. First thing to note is the new setting. Fallout 76 is going to take place in West Virginia and will be 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Todd Howard also confirmed that the game is going to be a prequel. This lines up with my tweet from the end of May, which stated that the game takes place in October 2102, which is, weirdly enough, the year that the Master, Richard Grey, falls into a vat and mutates. Whilst we probably won't see this in the game because it's on a completely different coast of America, it's nice to see that the game is a prequel in a completely different time than we've seen in the Fallout universe. This game will take place just a few decades after the bombs actually drop, and it looks like the players that you play as will be trying to rebuild the world following a disaster. Whilst this is a really innovative setting for a new Fallout game, the catch is that the game is actually fully multiplayer, which is territory that Fallout hasn't really tempered with since Interplay's Brotherhood of Steel back in 2004. It was confirmed that the game can be played fully solo, but it's clear that the point is to experience it as a group, exploring this wild new environment with your friends. 76 wants you to create your own character, level up, quest, and engage with PvP. Howard also clarified the genre of the game, saying that it was softcore survival. This means that they're stripping back some of the hardcore elements like losing all of your progress when you die. This is all well and good, and I'm personally excited for a new way to experience Bethesda's retro feature, but I have a few lingering concerns that I hope get remedied before launch. One of my main concerns is the story. What I love most about the games that Bethesda make is that it feels amazing to get lost in a forgotten area, conversing with an interesting fellow, the quiet stuff. Hopefully I can get that in droves whilst also having the multiplayer experience tacked on. You can see that Bethesda is still committed to its incredible world design, with real-world locations like Camden Park and Marshall University getting the Fallout treatment. The fact that they're using West Virginia folklore like the Beast of Grafton in the game is also extremely promising and right up my street. But what I'm really looking for are Fallout-style quests that can be experienced as a group, travelling to a new location and solving an NPC's problems in a localised space. Whilst we saw a lot of enemies in this game, we didn't actually see any non-player characters. The bread and butter of the Fallout games are these interactions, and your choices that inevitably toy with the narrative. Hopefully, Fallout 76 doesn't strip back too much player agency in favour of the group experience. For example, I find it hard to believe that we'll be able to go on seriously meaningful quests when another set of players can just nuke any part of the map. I feel like this is an interesting juxtaposition with Fallout's core ideas, especially when you consider the fact that games like 3 in New Vegas gave you morally vague conundrums and offered alternatives to the all-out war that this game seems to be pushing. It's not like I'm not going to enjoy ruining a player's settlement with a WMD, or even obliterating a huge mutant sloth with my pals, but I feel like it's going to be a very different game to the very introspective and atmospheric mainline titles in the series. Another thing to consider about the game is the combat, and most specifically the VAT system, which allowed the player to stop time and in an incredibly satisfying fashion destroy limbs and pop heads in the wasteland. I feel like Bethesda may have to strip this away for a multiplayer game, but if they find a way to incorporate it, I'm all ears. As you can see in the above clip, it looks like they still have action points, but it looks like they're only going to use it for stamina at the moment, but this remains to be seen. Perhaps it could be in the game after all. It's cool to see that Bethesda have considered the downtime of this game, in that you can just sit around and play music with your friends, or emote to each other, and it looks like you can trade as well if the looking to buy system is any indication. I feel like these aspects are going to be crucial to this game's success. Truly meaningful cooperative experience and iteration on the settlement building to make it feel like a fort or a home will distance Fallout 76 from the flaws of other games in the genre. We've never actually seen a survival game with such an established and rich world as the one seen in the Fallout franchise, which is why I'm excited and both nervous about its ability to double down on that and make it a unique selling point. It's a really cool idea to have these freshly mutated mythical beasts attacking your settlements as well as PvP groups, but the impermanence and get up and go aspects of this system cast a bit of shadow on the idea of running a flourishing settlement. The beta is a great idea to fix a lot of the bugs ahead of launch and inform the scope of the game, as I feel this is exactly the kind of iteration that a survival game needs. The only shame is that you need to pre-order to get access to it. Hopefully, we'll get to see more gameplay in the near future that will remedy some of my concerns, but overall, I'm still really excited for Fallout 76. I've got faith in Bethesda to deliver on these promises and make a mark in a bold new genre. Thanks for tuning in to Quillstreak. I've been your host Jordan, and if you want to keep up with more of our E3 content, head over to quillstreak.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Quillstreak and twitch.tv/Quillstreak to keep up with the action. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in West Virginia.